What's up, party people, and what's up, mom? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Jen. I'm a full-time reseller on eBay and Poshmark, and today we have the second part of So You Want to Be a Reseller series. Today we'll be talking about photographing, strictly photographing the most important part of your reselling business. Potential buyers don't have the opportunity to feel, or try on the stuff that you're selling, the clothing, the shoes, that kind of stuff. So your pictures have to be on point, if you know what I mean. I want to talk about some tips, talk about what I use, and then I'm going to show you obviously my setup and exactly how I photograph. And disclaimer, no, I am not a professional. I'm just showing you how I do my photographing for my reseller business. And if that sounds interesting, go ahead and hit the thumbs up. Subscribe real quick while you're here. You won't regret it. And if you do, you can always unsubscribe later. But I have a little piece of paper here, for notes, so I don't ramble and I don't forget stuff. So I'm going to start with a couple of tips. Before obviously you photograph, you have to prep your items. So you can wash them if you want to wash them, steam, lint roll, depill, clean shoes, those kind of things. That's really important. You want the item to be in the best shape it can be before you take its picture. Next, what I feel is really important is natural lighting, or the closest thing to it. You don't necessarily need, box lights or lighting of any sort. If you can get natural light by a window or even just go outside, that is primo real estate or something. Cassini and Google like white backgrounds. They push white backgrounds up in search. I happen to have a gray background, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. If you do have a white background, awesome. If you don't worry about it too much, in my opinion. The most important thing is when you are taking your pictures, specifically on your phone. I have an iPhone, so that's what I'm mostly going to be talking about today. I don't really know Android phones or how they work, but there is an option for a square mode. You need to take all of your pictures in square mode, especially if you're trying to sell on Poshmark, because Poshmark will crop your photos, and if it's not taken in square mode, then the bottom of your clothing item and the top of the clothing item are going to be cut off. So square mode is super important. I will show you how to do that a little bit later. Also, when you're taking your pictures on iPhones, you can hit the screen and a sun comes up. You can scroll up and it'll adjust the brightness. I will show this to you later on in the video. You can always use that to brighten up your photos if it's like an overcast day, that kind of stuff. That'll help you out with better, brighter photos. Another important thing is do not use any filters on your when you're taking pictures. I think that's a no-brainer, and I don't know why Poshmark offers filters. It doesn't show up right, in my opinion. Just don't use filters. When you're taking the picture, make sure the item that you're taking a picture of fills up the entire frame of the picture. If you know what I mean. Like, don't leave dead space, like above the item or below the item, because people don't care what your background is. They want to see, your what you're selling. So fill the entire space with the item that you're selling. I wrote down take a minimum of 8 pictures Poshmark's maximum is 8 pictures, eBay is 12, same with Mercari, I believe. But I like to do a minimum at least of 7 if I know I'm using a stock photo for Poshmark, because then that is 8. But I like to have 8 pictures, you know, and there's some boring things that don't necessarily need 8 pictures, like a plain black t-shirt, front, back, tag, maybe like the materials label. That's 4. What else are you gonna take a picture of a black t-shirt? I don't know. This one was requested to be input by my good friend Jerry. Do not use flash photography. Natural lighting is better. Like flash photography, it just doesn't look good. It doesn't look professional, so just don't do it. If your lighting isn't great, then don't take pictures. Just wait until the lighting is better to take pictures. Do not use the flash. And then the last thing I put on here, well, for now, is to model or not to model your items. So some people like to model their items. Some people, like me, just put them on a hanger and slap them up there. I also have this mannequin that helps me model some of the items, just because sometimes items can look very dingy on a hanger. I guess this is to model or not to model is up to you. Personal preference, whatever you want to do. It does take a little bit more time, but it looks good. I'll tell you that much. Okay, now I'm going to go over a couple of the things that I use personally for when I'm taking pictures. So I use my phone, which I have the iPhone XR right now. I also have Limo Studio lights, which I will show you in a little bit, and I'll also have links to all of the stuff down below. They are affiliate links, just so you know, if you use them, I get a small kickback. Anyways, moving on. So I have 2 sets of the Limo Studio lights, which I will show you again. I also have just like a coat hook up there to hang my hangers onto. You can also just use a nail. I also have velvet hangers that I got off of Amazon, and I have velvet like pants hangers too. It just helps it from the item not slipping off the hanger when I'm trying to steam and when I'm trying to photograph. I prefer those, but you can use whatever you want, to be honest. I also, like I mentioned, have my hanging mannequin here. She helps me photograph difficult things that I will show you a little bit later. I got her a while ago. I also use poster board. Let me push her out of the way there. Poster board, plain white poster board. You can get them at Walmart. You can get them at the dollar store. What I use, or how I use that, is with my flat lays, which again I will show you a little bit later. Oh, the steamer that I use is the Jiffy steamer. You don't necessarily need the Jiffy steamer. I love it because it holds so much water in it, and I can steam for like a week and not have to fill it up. So that's the one that I use. You'll want to get a sweater shaver because people donate their sweaters just because of peeling, and I love that because I buy a $10 sweater shaver and sell their peely garbage sweater for them. You need a lint roller, especially for black things, and wool. Wool seems to attract all of the dust and all of the things. Also, what I have, they're right over here. Let me see if I can, whoop, hello. I only got one, but these are like acrylic shoe inserts. I use these for obviously shoes, but I use them mostly for sandals. You just slip them in the sandal, and it kind of gives the sandal something to lean on so it's not flat, in the pictures. I'll show you how I use these later. I got like a pack of 10 or something for 20 bucks, which I got that mainly because I thought these would break easily, but they haven't. They're pretty sturdy. I also have the shoehorn. This is not called a shoehorn. Shoe tree, that's what it's called. I got these a long time ago. These I use, you know, to put inside of a shoe to kind of fill it up a little bit so it doesn't look blah. You don't necessarily need to have those. I actually found that shoe tree at a thrift store, so I picked it up for my business. Let's see what else. Oh, and to edit and brighten my photos, I use an app called Pick Tap Go. It's $2.99 in the iTunes store or the App Store. I don't know if it's iPhone only. I really hope not, because it takes my regular pictures I'll edit. It takes a picture like this, and then just with a couple of clicks, it turns out to be like this. So it brightens it. It doesn't like change the colors in any way besides just brightening it and making it look more appealing, I guess. I don't know. But that's it. Now I'm going to show you how I photograph my items. I have some stuff that I need to take some pictures of, and I'm going to bring you with me. So let's go. All right. So this is my photo setup. This is my office. It's a hot mess, but this is it. So these are my Limo Studio lights that I use for photography. We have a rack of things to photograph and flat lays I keep on the ground here. So these Limo Studio lights, you just turn them on like so. This is my backdrop for all of my pictures. Okay, so I'm going to show you how I photograph some things. Just do a quick time lapse. This is the little hook I was telling you about that I have on the wall. It's just one of these type of hooks. Nothing special. But anyways, let's go. All right, before we start, I have my phone here. I'm gonna open up, obviously, picture mode. Going to click on square, because this is where I photograph all of my items. So adjusting the brightness, like I was trying to tell you before, you click on the screen and there's a little sun. If you pull up on your screen, you see how it changes the brightness. That's what I'm talking about. Anyway, so this is exactly how I will be taking pictures, is in this square mode. So let's go ahead, let's go. Okay, so I've done a couple of items, as you saw. I kind of want to record my screen on my phone and show you, kind of talk through what I'm doing. So we're gonna do that. We'll see you on my phone. All right, so as you can see, we are in square mode. We have, I'm gonna try and not make it so you guys are so dizzy. But okay, so I've steamed and prepped my items, but it's muy importante that this is even for me, because like I mentioned, customers only have pictures to go off of for buying, so I try and make sure this is even. I must not have steamed this one very well. But okay, so let me go ahead and show you. So fill up the entire screen like so with the item. Take your picture. I always take a picture of the neckline. If it's long sleeve, I usually get the sleeve and like the trim, but this has a little bit of a scallop trim. So I'm going to take a picture of that. I'll take a picture of the sleeve. Try and get my hand out. I hate pictures where like they're like, oh, look at my cute nail polish. Here's the tag. So don't do that. Just take a picture of the tag. And then I do, sorry, it's a little sideways. I do care tag or materials tag, and then turn it around. Ooh, we got something fun on the back, so we'll take a picture of the button back. This guy. There we go. And take a picture of the back. And now we're done. This one. Okay, so fixed it on the hanger. Looks great. Feel the frame with your item. Neckline. If there's a pattern, I do a pattern picture, but this doesn't have a pattern, so we'll just move on. Name tag, then, sorry, the care tag or materials tag. Flip her over. See, this is a plain t-shirt, so there's not a whole lot going on, so I can't do very many pictures. So let's find something that is exciting. This has a lot going for it. So boom, neckline, the detail, I tell ya. Okay, and here, and turn her around. Boom, it's really not that hard. What I'm gonna do next is get my flat lay set up, ready for you, show you how I photograph shoes, purses, belts. We'll see you at the flat lay. Oh. All right, so we're at the flat lay area. I just have 2 pieces of poster board on this little side table thing. Oh, I couldn't find my phone. Okay, so we're gonna start. I'm gonna show you how this is photograph. So this is just a Coach purse. Got it at the bins. I always stuff my purses. So I have just a couple of items that I have laying around that I will stuff, not necessarily all of it in there, just so it doesn't look blah. So this one only gets 1 stuffing because now it looks fine, right? Okay, so I can, usually what I do is hang it up on the hook up there to take my first picture, because I like the picture to look like it's hanging like this. Oh. So let me hurry and take the first picture up there. Again, we take our phone, we put our phone in square mode, And I'm just gonna stand up real quick.
Put this here away. I know y'all can't see me, but I will show you the picture. Okay.
So I took a couple of pictures. Here is the front. Oh, a close-up in the back. So that's all I've taken so far. I always take a picture of the bottom here. So there's the bottom. And then, let's see, I wanted to take a picture of the detail here. Gosh dang it. This doesn't fall down as much as it is right now. It's just because I'm fidgeting. So, details. Now what I'm gonna do is there's an outside pocket, so I'll take a picture of that. Now we go on the inside. So we take our stuffing out and I take a picture of the inside, and then I'll grab the Coach label and take a good picture of that. Boom. And boom. All right, so we're done with the purse. Now we move on. I'm gonna show you how I photograph belts. This is a really cute one. But okay, so I wrap it around a couple of times and then do it up, usually the second or third hole in, just so you get a little bit of this here. So I put my belt, I stack it on top of each other like so. Let's see what looks good. Sometimes the buckle goes on the bottom, sometimes it goes on the top. But right now we're gonna do it on the top, and I get super close. If you can see, you can see. Super close to it. Boom, take your photos. A couple different angles here. Turn it. Okay, and then I undo the buckle and take a picture, of course, of the brand. Whoop. Lost my phone there. And then the size and stuff is on this side. So let me show you my belt pictures. There you go. All right, and next we have shoes. Okay, so these are already listed, but I didn't like the pictures that I took, so I want to redo the photos for these bad boys. So I'm gonna tie this guy. Okay, and tie it cuter than that. Wow, come on now. There. Okay, so for shoes, let's try these ones. That doesn't really help at all. So let's leave it out. Sometimes it helps, sometimes it does not help. Like with these Dr. Martens, I'm actually gonna wear them on my feet because they're my size. Because they're so chunky that this guy doesn't help like at all. You know, they're so chunky and leather. Well, I guess it kind of, not really though. But anyways, these are usually helpful, but not today. So I like to kind of get a side profile view. Like, let's see. That'll work. If you can see, I'll show you in a minute when I'm done. Toes, I take pictures of toes because there could be scuffing. And then I do a top shot and then I turn them around. Some shoes have wear on the heels or heel drag, so it's important to take a picture of that, whether it does or doesn't have heel drag. Then I do the inside of the shoe, and then take a picture of the size and stuff, which is here. It's kind of difficult. Let's see. There we go. And then I always take a picture of the bottom of the shoes. Done. So that's how you take pictures of shoes. Let's see, what else? What else do I take pictures of? Here's a crossbody bag that I wanted to redo my pictures. It's Madewell, new with tags. Again, my pictures were terrible. I was relying on a stock photo, which you should never do. Never rely on a stock photo. You want your photos to look like stock photos. But I don't know how to... See, it's a little bit difficult sometimes. I don't really know how to showcase this in particular crossbody bag. So I'm trying to show the cute little detail on the front here. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Okay, so I got my first photo. Let's do a couple more. This one's new with tags, but it is very dirty from people just touching it with their grimy hands because it's suede. Bottom and inside. Boom. Okay, so there's that purse. I have a couple more purses. Oh, let's do these cute Danskos because these will need the acrylic thing. Let's see, I need to buckle them really quickly. Okay, here's one. Oh, I might not even need the thing because that stands up pretty well on its own. I just need to try and show you how I use it though, and how it is actually beneficial to have. Okay. Well, I don't need it for these either. But, oh, I was gonna show you my pictures. All right, so for the shoes, here's my first photo. Toes, tops, backs. This part pretty much shows you the inside, like where people put their feet, and the brand. And there it tells you that's Kelly, size 7.5, and then the bottoms. Anyways. So I also want to show you real quick why I have you. This app that I have is called Pick Tap Go. It brings up everything we just photographed. I'm going to take those shoes, for instance, and just brighten them. Boom. That's it. And then you click go, and then you can save it to your camera roll. So let's see the before and after of the shoes. So here's the before and after. Cool. Okay, let's try it on this belt. Okay, so let's try it on that belt. So you grab the belt, boop. And if you get this app, then you click on, edit. And then it's just these filters down here. The very first one is called lights on. That's it. Boom. And then it's done. And then you click on go. And then I just save it to my camera roll. Yay. And that just really brightens up the very first photo to make it look like a stock photo. So there's the before. And then there's the after. See how you can't even see like the line where my two boards go together? You can see it in the first picture. See? It's right there. And now it's gone. Boom! That's why I like this app. But anyways, I'm just gonna do my outro here. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was super helpful. I would appreciate it if you would, I don't know, leave comments or questions, suggestions for videos in this series. I'm also going to do, I believe the next one is how to look up comps. I'm also going to do how to make a great searchable listing, those kind of things. Put your feedback in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Y'all don't forget to stay weird.